Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Asyadya desatārine Om Jnanantirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Jagati Swapadam Tikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadhutam Parijana Sanitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavando Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Vipashindubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Chapter 6, text 38. Kachin ma ubaya viprashta china abram iva nashyati apratishta mahabaho vimudha brahmana pati kachinno bhaya viprasta china brahm iva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanapati kachino bhaya viprastas china brahm iva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanapati kachino bhaya viprasta china brahm iva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanapati Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, one by one. Mataji? Word for word meaning? Kachit, whether, na, not. Ubaya, both. Vibrashta, deviated from. China, thorn. Abram, cloud. Iva, like. Nashyati, perishes. Apratishtaha, without any position. Mahabaho, Almighty arm Krishna. Vibudha, bewildered. Brahmana, of transcendence. Pati, and the path. Translation and purport, again by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Almighty arm Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Everybody please repeat. Almighty arm Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Purport. There are two ways to progress. Those who are materialists have no interest in transcendence. Therefore, they are more interested in material advancement by economic development or in promotion to the higher planets by appropriate work. When one takes to the path of transcendence, one has to cease all material activities and sacrifice all forms of so-called material happiness. If the aspiring transcendentalist fails, then he apparently loses both ways. In other words, he can enjoy neither material happiness nor spiritual success. He has no position. He is like a riven cloud. A cloud in the sky sometimes deviates from a small cloud and joins a big one. But if it cannot join a big one, then it is blown away by the wind and becomes a non-entity in the vast sky. The Brahmanapati is the path of transcendental realization, through knowing oneself to be spiritual in essence, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, who is manifested as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Lord Sri Krishna is the fullest manifestation of the Supreme Absolute Truth. And therefore, one who is surrendered to the Supreme Person is a successful transcendentalist. To reach this goal of life through Brahman and Paramatma realization takes many, many births. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Therefore, the supermost path of transcendental realization is Bhakti Yoga, or Krishna consciousness, the direct method. Kachin Nobaya Bibrastash China Brahm Ivana Nashyati Apatishto Mahabaho Vimudho Brahmanapati. So Lord Krishna is being addressed here as Almighty Arm, Mahabaho. It's like Arjuna also was addressed by Lord Krishna earlier as Mahabaho. Because the question here by Arjuna is that for a person who is on the path of transcendence, what will happen to him somehow if he is not successful in his endeavor? Is he going to be like a ribbon cloud that will just disappear in the sky? Or sometimes maybe attached to a bigger cloud, but if there is no bigger cloud to be attached to, what's going to happen? It'll just disappear. So there is a fear here. The question is that Arjuna is in fear. What's going to happen to me? Am I just going to, if I'm not going to be successful in this process that you are telling me to perform or to do, what's going to happen to me? So fear is present in everyone. Fear is a result of if one has a desire and thinking that it may not happen. So there's a fear that what's going to happen? Uncertainty. We all have fear, right? As part of being a conditioned soul in fear. A pure devotee of the Lord, he doesn't have any fear at all. Because he knows Krishna is the controller, the supreme controller of everything. He knows that even a blade of grass moves without the will of the providence. So everything that happens to us, ultimately, he says that Krishna always wants the best for his devotees, or for everyone, even to the non-devotees, because he is equal to everyone. However, the materialists, they don't have any interest in transcendence, as we just heard from the purport. Their interest is for economic gain, so they're always in fear as well. Especially the richer you are, then what happened? We're gonna go for kirtan after that. It's okay. We'll try. Hare Krishna. Some important person coming. More important than Krishna? Yes, we have to greet this important person to cultivate that Krishna consciousness. The materialist, again, only interested in material gain, of course, for sense enjoyment. And they're always in fear. Prabhupada says even rich people, uh, they will have a big fence. Their house will be having a high wall, and there'll be a sign, beware of dog, so that you'll think twice or many times before you enter. He's in fear whether someone will steal his hard-earned money or he's going to lose it in stock exchange or he's going to lose it in investment. So fear is there. Even the parents are also in fear of their children, what's going to happen to them. Whether they'll be safe or they'll be protected. No one can protect anyone. Only Krishna. As that verse, Sarvadharmam Parityajya. Do not worry, I will protect you. So the materialists, they want especially higher promotion, Prabhupada says here, or in promotion to the higher planets by appropriate work. I'll just do my duty and therefore I'll go to Swargaloka. And therefore, some of them, when they started to know about Krishna, they're also in fear whether to give up their worship of the demigods. They're in fear whether if I only worship Krishna, will my material desires become fulfilled or not? They're weighing, shall I continue Devata Puja or only to Krishna? Sometimes when we go house programs, we see still some of these devatas included in under altar. And we cannot tell directly that there's no need, but we're telling them that if you worship Krishna alone, then there's no need of worship of other living entities or demigods. Just like Srimad Bhagavatam says, if you water the root of the tree, then automatically the twigs, the leaves, the branches, they all get nourished. You don't have to separately water each and every part of the tree. Just water the root of the tree. So they want to make progress materially. And then there's other path whereby a person takes to the path of transcendence, process whereby he wants to cease all material activities and sacrifice all forms of so-called material happiness. In order to attain something which is greater, you have to give up something which is lesser. Renunciation. That's the only way how we can be